What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Taurus, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey, because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. You feeling that? That was a pretty groovy one there, Taurus. I was with it. Both Taurus with this weekly spread. Whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great angel around here, Taurus. Now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here. It's a newer one, Taurus, so get pumped, and then I'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, yeah. Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Taurus, so definitely check them out. Very cool group. I think you'd enjoy the energies that they bring. Let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Alright, Taurus. Who else got this? Pisces got this card too. And you got the Enchanter card here, Taurus, which is a card of deception and trickery. And with this card, Taurus, I feel like we just want to be mindful of any sort of deceptive energies that are kind of coming around us. You know, like people, not, and it's not like everyone's trying to pull a fast one, but you know, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition in a situation, because it's, or depending on this, you know, because it's something is not. With this energy, it's like something doesn't feel right, but it's gonna be, for you, it feels a little different than when it came through for Pisces, because it almost feels like that someone is trying to more so kind of cater to you in a sense, like almost like a beguiling, kind of charming, almost like a, I'm getting like shimmying here, but it gives me almost this like a Casanova types of vibes, you know, like someone who's really very charming energy, but it's just like that. And not to say again that it's like, you know, that we're not trusting any sort of anyone who's nice to us in a sense, but this almost seems like a, if something doesn't feel right, I just say just one of those things that's just like kind of keep eyes on this. Try not to get just lost in. They may try to, this may be someone who maybe try to buy you things, or you know, but there's always, it feels like there's an ulterior motive with this energy. So if there's someone that you've noticed who's maybe been behaving like that, again, it's not that we're necessarily cutting people off, but we're just using some discernment, you know, just kind of keeping an eye on things and paying attention to actions. Are people really doing stuff out of their kindness of their heart, or do they doing stuff because they want something from you, Taurus? And I feel like too, Taurus, just because of your sign, because you are, you know, the Empress. Well, yes, the Empress, Venus, rules over both you and Libra, and where I feel like when she's in your energy, this is more of the Empress is appreciating the finer things in life, Taurus, and it's not to say that you're like materialistic, but you just like, I feel like, you know, you like that energy of comfort and security, and I feel like someone's. Let me get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details with this, because I feel like they're going to try to appease to your that side of you in a sense. They're trying to. And on the same flip side, too, Taurus, we want to be mindful of using matters of deception and intrigue and things in order to get what we want, in a sense. Like, you use your Empress energy responsibly. More. But let me see what's going on here with this energy, Taurus. Interesting. All right, Taurus. So you have the Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Princess of Cups, and then the Three of Discs here. And there's a lot going on here, Taurus. But Seven of Swords, again, can be a card of, well, not again. This can be a card of deception, of lying, of trickery here, and I feel like that it's coming in this form of Princess of Cups, where it's like, someone's like presenting all this, this happiness, this winning sort of energy. And this could be even something too, Taurus. I feel like being mindful of, like, reading over any sort of like paperwork, whether this comes to like employment, or if this is having to deal with any sort of, maybe we're buying a house, maybe we're getting a car, maybe we're, whatever this is looking like. Because the the Three of Discs, can be a card of collaboration. And it even feels like with the Six of Wands that someone may even try to put you on this pedestal, in a sense, but down the line there's going to be something that's going to, And let me get a little bit more on this Ten of Wands here, because something here. Let me get a little bit more on this Ten of Wands here, Taurus, before I go on with that. Because I don't want this to get it to where you're not relaxed, Taurus, or where you're feeling this anxiety or this trickery, but. And that might even be something too there, Taurus. Something to think about. Maybe we've even been, for some, we might even feel that we always have to be on guard because someone wants something from us. And if that's the case there, Taurus, that's a tough energy to be in, because that really is going to, because it's like this Ten of Wands can be like a burden, this type of oppressive, heavy type of energy. And if we feel like that, if we don't give, or it's like, we have to be, I almost feel like for some, it's like you have to be the ones that, because we've worn our hearts on our sleeves, it's like we have to be the one that has to pull the fast one, maybe before others do it to you, in a sense. And that's a tough place to operate from if that's something that you're resonating with, Taurus. But let me get a little bit more on this Ten of Wands. But the Princess of Cups is a very generous figure. And there is that chance that she can give and give and give without having that reciprocity. Thank you. So something to think about there, Taurus, but interesting. So the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Five of Swords here. And that has to deal with, the part of that is the dealing with others, the perspective of others. And again, I almost feel like that for some, there is this energy of feeling like we need to be ahead of people in be ahead of like people as far as like getting the win on them before they come and get the win on us. It's like it's almost like a you against the world, in a sense. Or it's just like there's very sort of like, and Taurus, if that's something too that you're feeling, where it's like if we feel like we're surrounded by people who are taking advantage of, or we feel like we can't necessarily like relax with the people that we're around. And not that I would ever tell you what to do, but it might be an energy of needing to change your environment, in a sense. Like it's going about, because the Seven of Swords doesn't just have to be a card of trickery. It could be going about things in a different direction, approaching things from with a new approach. And I'm even getting with this too, Taurus, that for some, getting almost this like running away energy from the Seven of Swords here. And I'm not sure if this is you running away, Taurus, or if other people are running away, but it's just like happiness has been, may have seemed fleeting, possibly, or just like that. As soon as we feel like we're in this happy place, or that, then it's like something where we feel like it's just gonna all go away in a sense. Like that sense of security, that foundation is just like, it's almost like we feel like we may be kind of tricking ourselves, or hmm. All right, Taurus, but I'm gonna pull out of that one, but that's just something to be aware of. You know, a lot of different scenarios kind of coming through here, so just be mindful of that. Hmm. All right, let's go ahead and get your next card, yeah. Thank you. All right, Taurus. Let's see what else going on here. Hmm. All right, Taurus. So you have the cartographer here, and this is a card of crossroads and exploration. And you know, with how this energy is kind of coming through here so far, I do feel like you maybe for some we may be at a crossroads where we might need to consider, are is this an, because for some it's like, how do I want to put this, Taurus? It's almost like we're in this space of, and that's an interesting energy because for some I feel like there's this thing where we've kind of maybe created this kind of false sense of happiness maybe in our realm here, or we're telling ourselves one thing, but it's like, in reality it's not quite as beautiful as one would seem, because you got a lot of, with your oracle cards here, you have a lot of air energy that's coming through here. And so I'm wondering if we are in this place of where it's like we're either trying to force ourselves for a situation to work, and we're just doing this because we're doing this out of like comfort, or this. Let me get a little bit more on this cartographer, Taurus, before I get into this. Hmm. All right, Taurus. So you have the Chariot, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and then the Magus card here. And I'm starting to feel with this, Taurus, that maybe for some that we do, because it's like these energies are trying to get you to move to a different energy. It seems like, I'm not sure if there's this, may not necessarily be this deception that's going on in your environment, but it does feel that there's, I mean, with the Chariot here, even like the Seven of Swords, because this can be a card of like traveling by land, and it seems like there's opportunities maybe for like this happiness, because you got a lot of great cards here with the Chariot, the Six of Wands, the Nine of Cups here, and it seems like this is all something that we can manifest. But there's something I feel that is maybe preventing you. There's this hesitation that's kind of coming through here with this Five of Swords energy that's keeping you from closing one cycle out and going to something different, something more. Because even Mercury, the magician, can be a card of like short term travels in a sense. And it feels like it's time, or this energies are trying to get you to kind of broaden your horizons in a sense. You're at this crossroads of where you can either stay where you're at, or it's like we can go on to just something I feel like grander, something more exciting. And I feel like with Jupiter being in your sign for the next year, Jupiter is one of like sort of like this more kind of long term, kind of bigger travels in a sense. Maybe we're thinking about maybe transferring departments, or maybe even considering going to a new job, moving to a new location. But maybe with this deception here, it's like we try to move and maybe we were defeated in the past, or we've been told that we can't. Something I feel like might even be trying to keep you locked down in something from really getting your true sense of fulfillment. Maybe you've been told that, oh, with the economy, you're not going to be able to find a job, or with whatever. Because even the magician, can be some tricking energy as well there, Taurus. And so I do feel like that there is this energy of like really kind of choosing your path and which way that you want to go, which way your heart is trying to take you. Because it's like the world is your oyster. And there's a lot I feel there's a lot of abundance that, and a lot of things that the world has to give you, even with this Princess of Cups being here. But we just have to go out and find it, and go on this exploration, try this new experience, be bold enough to, yeah, set foot into the unknown here. I'm even getting kind of like this almost giving me like a moon card energy that's coming through there, Taurus. So that might be something even that's going on there with this energy here, that we're tricking ourselves into thinking we can't make this move. So, and again, if this is somewhere, if this is another's like others' opinions, it's like how I tell you at the beginning, you take what resonates with you and leave the rest with them. It is nice, for people to have those concerns and things like those are valid. Keep those in mind. But if we're operating from a place of fear all the time, then we'll never get anything done, or make anything any like real progress, or you get the amount of happiness and a victory and abundance that is, meant for you, Taurus. So there's something to think about there with that card. Time for you going on an adventure. I like that. So, all right, Taurus. Let's get your last oracle card. Thank you. All right, interesting. This card's been going around quite a little bit. So, you got the Muse card in reverse here, Taurus, and this is a card of generosity and naivety. And now, when it comes to that enchanter type of energy, tying those two together, I do feel, again, be mindful of how generous we're being, or how much we're giving of ourselves in a situation here. Because even when I'm thinking about that exploration, where again, I don't want you to feel nervous or anything like that, but just like make sure we're doing our research as far as like if we're presented an opportunity, for example, for work, or whatever this is, that there's just, maybe even run it by someone just to make sure that someone's not trying to take advantage of you, or in some sort of way there, Taurus, or present you like, oh, there's all this happiness here if we move to I don't know, middle of nowhere, or however this might even be looking. If you buy this land here, that things are going to be booming here soon, or just be mindful of things like that, Taurus. But am even kind of feeling though with this muse that some may even be feeling that it's like it feels like that maybe we feel like life isn't as abundant or as grand as things seem, and or that the universe hasn't been generous with you. So it's like now we're in this place where we're not making any sort of moves. We had like maybe this one, because again, Five of Swords can be a card of defeat, and it's like we had one instance where something didn't go right, and now we've let that kind of paint our whole view as far as like making another move, in a sense, going on a new path. Or let me get some tarot on this muse here, Taurus. Yeah, see, you see what that energy is about. Hmm. All right, Taurus. Last little bit here. I love this. I feel like all the signs have been really showing up for themselves this week. That's very interesting, Taurus. So you have you, the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords, the Princess of Disc, the Two of Cups, and then the Ace of Disc here, Taurus. And let's switch back over. You know, because I feel for some Taurus, this Princess of Disc is giving me this, especially with this kind of with that cartographer and this muse energy. It's just like, because the Princess of Disc is just, she's just pregnant with life and opportunities and ideas. And I feel if we were to just, it gives me this energy of, especially if we had like a mistake in the past with the four of swords. You know, we were just not trying to, you know, maybe we were back in the past, you know, we weren't as wise as as we are now, Taurus, and you may have made some mistakes then. But that's what the Hierophant is about. It's about getting that wisdom, and we only get wisdom through experience. And I feel like it's in, I love this. You know, that the Eight of Discs, the card of prudence, card of, you know, of wisdom. And it's just like now you have this opportunity to go about something different. You're not in this naive state. You know, you've grown from this, and now this gives you a chance to do something that you love, but try it in a different approach and get again, the happiness, the victory, the all the things that we've been done. But maybe for some we may have jumped into something too fast, and there's a need to kind of be a little more intentional maybe with what we're doing, have a real kind of solidified game plan here. But with the Nine of Swords, you know, this is a very tough card to get, because maybe we've been in the state of doubting ourselves, or or just like getting in our heads, or maybe we've even had others kind of deter us from going as well, if that's something that's resonating with you. Maybe they're offering this comfort. And again, there's nothing wrong with, I feel like, staying where we're at and getting this state of abundance. But if it's like, if your heart is yearning for something more and wanting to get out there and explore, I feel like it's definitely, you know, try not to let these sort of like limiting thoughts and things keep you from from growing. Because granted, the Muse is an Earth card, and it pop, but it popped up in reverse. So technically, well, not technically, but it comes across as that you've gotten three air signs there, and instead of grounding something, we're just keeping it all in our heads, and then allowing that, being generous with ourselves as far as like what we can accomplish and what we can, what's really meant for us, Taurus, but. Hmm. Let me get a little bit more with this Two of Cups here, Taurus, before we close out. Hmm. A lot of princesses here. You got another one of the princesses, the Princess of Swords here. Hold on, give me one more. Thank you. An interesting Taurus, and even another card of travel here. So you have the Two of Cups is clarified by the Princess of Swords and the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords can be card of traveling by water, and a lot of energy. Chariot, Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, even this Knight of Swords, even how he's traveling on his horse. It gives me this energy of try not to let our heads get in the way of making a decision, because the Princess of Swords, where she's very intelligent, sometimes she can let different thoughts of fears and things get in her way, because her background looks like a war zone that's going on here. She's like fighting this, like almost like this internal battle, and yeah, I just feel there is this need to try not to let fears or let the opinions of others possibly get in the way of trying something different. And yeah, because I feel like for some, it's like we feel like maybe we don't want to make the same mistake again and be in the state of lack. But it's like you're going to make mistakes, Taurus, but you're going to learn from them too, and then adapt and become wiser and smarter with this. And all right, Taurus, but I think one more thing, Taurus, because a Hierophant can be like a card of a mentor, and not that I feel like just be mindful of the people that we follow as well. That's even something that's kind of going through there. Like before we go on an exploration somewhere, and I don't hope this doesn't feel like it's conflicting energies, but there is this discernment that I do feel like is being needed as well with this. But just a little something extra in there that just it came to my head, so something we want to share that. But all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Taurus. So if anything resonated with you, if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share this, Taurus, because I do. This is a very interesting energy. It's like this. It's almost like we're majority feels like that we're trying to talk ourselves out of something or tricking ourselves into thinking we can't do anything because maybe we feel that we haven't learned from a situation. But then subscribe, you Hierophant. Hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, look at you getting the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel there, the Chariot. But if you have any Cancer in your placements there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, come on over to the Chariot, then, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and sidebar, Taurus, the moon is exalted in your sign. The moon, after us, the moon loves kicking it with you, Taurus. I think that's why we get along so well, Taurus. And even, I'd love the Empress and Venus, but all that housekeeping, Taurus, is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here. so I can get you out of here. Nice. You got the Two of Swords here, Taurus. And I feel with this that there is... It's like, it feels like for some, it's like I feel we know what we want to do as far as like whether we want to go on this adventure or not. But it's like maybe we've been looking for validation or... You know, but I read something with the Two of Swords that I really liked. It's like, you know how when you're kind of stuck with something and you go to flip a coin and let's say it lands on the thing that you don't want to do. It's just like, man, I didn't want to do that. Then it's just like, well, then that's probably where you want to channel your energy into. You know, like it's, if that makes sense. Like, and again, use some, you know, use your judgment there. But, and you have really strong intuition, Taurus, believe it or not. You know, being the... Well, believe it, because to be the Hierophant is a divine counterpart to the High Priestess, the Moon, and so they're the two most powerful intuitives in the deck. So that's saying a lot, Taurus. And I do feel that there is this thing of maybe even needing to get out of our heads when it comes to something and trust our intuition a bit more, you know, and finding that balance, but. There's something to think about there, Taurus. But let me get your and it's like trying not to overthink things. It's like, you know, this. It's like your heart knows where you want to go, and then you'll figure out the rest, Taurus. You know, because you're like the builders of the zodiac. You can you grow things, and I feel like you can build a life, you know, no matter where you're going. But let me see which your oracle card is. Alright, Taurus. So you got the co-create card here. And I love this card because you got this owl and this cheetah here, and this got this cheetah print egg. This is doing a lot. But you know, the Three of Discs can be a card of collaboration, but I'm more so feeling more so Two of Cups with this. It's co-creating with like you and your higher self, your guides, and listening to that intuition of yours. If something is telling you that something doesn't feel right with this deception here, or if it's time to go into this exploration, or whether we feel ready enough to make a situation or not. You know, we do... In order to, I feel like, you know, really kind of work with others and really do some good work, we got to do some work here, Taurus. And yeah, that's really what I'm feeling with this. Like a need to disconnect with your however you connect to sources, ancestors, spirits, angels, deities, God. It's And I even am getting again this energy of patience with how this cheetah's just sort of sitting there on this wherever the hell he's sitting on. It's just sitting there and allowing the wisdom to kind of come through there, Taurus, as you're making these decisions here. But all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Taurus. I'm gonna put you up here. But you stay safe out there, Taurus, with these potential travels, and again with whatever this deceptive energy that might be coming through here. Just be mindful of that, Taurus. You raise your vibration to the roof, and try not to get into your head with that, especially if we've been kind of operating from a place of like feeling defeated and like, you know, just uncertain about if we're gonna make a decision or if we're even able to do that. Like, just be mindful of that, Taurus. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.